What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? It's ladies' night. It's ladies' night. It's the review for ladies' night, season 1, episode 5. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Hope you like this video. Now I'm just gonna go on and be honest with y'all. This video ain't gonna take long. I'm gonna tell you why this video ain't gonna take long. One, episode ain't give me a whole lot. Two, I need Freon. The Freon man coming tomorrow. But in the meantime, in the between time, it's hot as hell in my house right now. I got the ceiling fans going at full speed. I got every window in this house open. But it was 100, damn near 100 degrees today. It's hot. And I got that light on. And I got that light on. So we're gonna get through this real quick so I can turn all them lights back off. Okay? Okay. You never know you need Freon till you need Freon. You feel what I'm saying? I turned my air conditioner on last week and it was fine. Or at least I felt like it was fine. But then I turned it off because I didn't need it for a couple of days. I wanted to go turn it back on yesterday, and I was like, why is my house not getting cold? I checked the temperature gauge, and it had, like, the air had been on for like 3 hours, and the temperature had only gone down like 1 degree in my house. I said, well, what the hell? So, yeah. But the Freon man coming tomorrow. Hallelujah, hallelujah, and hallelujah. But, so ladies' night, we pick up where we left off last week. They had a great show. Everybody was happy. Boom, boom, boom. They still on this high. They got their next spot date in Atlanta. So the ladies are in Atlanta getting ready for the show. Taj and Lily are meeting up. And Taj said, you know what? I was so inspired on that stage last night that I feel like we should do a song together. I feel like SWV and Salt and Pepper should get into the studio and put a song down. And I'm thinking, if this tour had actually worked out, that would have been a great idea because that could have been the finale, right? It could have been you do your thing, we do our thing, and then the finale, instead of fighting over whether the finale gonna be weak or push it, the finale will be the song we did together. And Tosh put up a good point. She said, look, because Lily was like, well, y'all know Coco ain't having it. Y'all know Coco ain't trying to hear that. And they were like, Coco don't never want us to work with nobody else. She just think that we just need to stay in our lane and do our own thing. And Tosh put up a good point. She said, well, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Like, it ain't mess up In Vogue's, brand. It ain't mess up Salt and Pepper's brand. And 20 years later, we still singing the song. Like, everybody doing their own thing, but 20 years later, What a Man is still a crowd starter. You know what I mean? A party starter, Lily was like, I hear you, but you're going to have to talk to Coco. You know how Coco is. I'm like, why always got to be Coco? But anyway. So we getting ready for the next show. They in Atlanta, like I said, they doing another spot date. Well, come to find out, Jimmy, Salt and Pepper's manager, he was so happy with the success of the first show that he now wants SWV to add Human Nature, Anything Right Here. You know what I'm talking about? Not anything, the Right Here SWV song, um, to their show. Now I got two things on that one. And then he doesn't tell them until the night of the show and wants them to just drop it in the show the night of the show. So here's my issue. Jimmy, you know better than that. You know that as a professional, people who do professional things, you can't just show up and say we're gonna add a song. There's been no rehearsal. The DJ might not know the cues. They might not know how to drop it in, how to mix it in, how to splice it in. You know what I mean? The girls, yes, that's a song that the girls probably, I'm sure they sing it at every concert that they perform because it was one of their biggest hits. But they haven't prepared for that. And you didn't even text them, call them, you could have hit them on the plane to Atlanta and said, look, we want y'all to add anything. So is there a way y'all can get to sound check a little bit early so we can work it out? No, you wait till they get to the arena. And so on this one, I'm 100% with SWV. They were like, that's great. Appreciate it. But no, we're not singing that tonight. And, Jimmy was like, why? He was like, because we need time to prepare. We're not ready. And if you want to add another song, let's add some more coin. I ain't mad at them. Now, see, that I'm never going to be mad about. Now, the flip side, somebody could argue and say, well, hey, y'all should be ready. Y'all know y'all sing that song all the time. Why y'all not ready to sing the song? That's true. But again, you got sound check, you have rehearsal. They will bump down to 2 songs. That's all they ready to sing. The other thing we found out is that at the show, Coco and Pep were the only ones that didn't mess up. Salt messed up a few times. So, Coco was like, y'all was so worried about me getting my steps right. Y'all was so worried about what Coco was doing. And Coco and Pep, the only ones that didn't mess up. And I said, well, she got a point. But I didn't even like the way Jimmy approached it because Jimmy tried to make it seem like, oh, I'm real disappointed. Y'all not gonna do that. Y'all not gonna do that. I'm real disappointed. Like it's like you bump us down, and now you saw how successful it was. Now it's like, and Coco even said it. Now it's like you gonna throw me a bone. You throwing me a bone like, oh, here y'all can do another song. Oh, here y'all are worthy. Like, come on, stop it. Like, no. If we're gonna add another song, we're gonna do it right. And here again, I go back to what my first video was. Why the manager's not handling this? Okay, Jimmy is Salt and Pepper's manager, but SWV, where the fuck y'all manager at? Because that's not even a conversation that should have come through your tour manager. That should have come through your manager. And the conversation could have been had with the two managers, and then money would have been dealt with and everything else, because that's just not a conversation. I don't feel like SWV, unless they don't have a manager, I don't feel like that's a conversation they needed to be negotiated themselves. That's something that management handles, and then management calls you guys and says, are you okay with that? Is that enough money? Okay, now the next show y'all gonna do anything. Then when you get the sound check, you'll be ready. Once again, it was a great show. Everything was cool. They get Lily's niece is there. The only reason why I'm saying this is because this was such an awkward exchange. Lily's niece is there. And Lily, and she wants a picture with Salt and Pepper. And, Pep was like, or Salt was like, look at this, this young lady, and she knows Salt and Pepper music. And Lily was like, yeah, because Auntie Lily, and Pep was like, what you mean, Auntie? She was like, that's my niece, Aunt Lily. She was like, see, we don't do that. We don't do that. And I was like, and she was like, in my family, we don't do that. What? Call each other aunt and uncle? I just feel like that's respectful. Like, that's the label. But then Lily, who's just as bad as Pep sometimes, talking about some, well, what they call you, our good pussy? What the heck? Well, y'all, how you go from A to Z? Like, how you go? Honey, it was an awkward, and the poor baby Salt trying to cover the baby's ears, and I'm like, yeah, it's Lily talking, and they talking about something. She used to Aunt Lily. She just used to Aunt Lily. What? It was crazy. That poor little girl looked mortified. Poor thing. Um, Then we have a scene back at the hotel because the Salt and Pepper now have to fly off to Vegas to get ready for the residency, that's a whole nother conversation. We'll get there. The girls are still, so SWV is still in Atlanta, and Taj approached Coco about the song, and Coco's actually open to it. She's actually open to doing the song, which shocked all of them. Um, but they talked about the situation with Jimmy, and that's when they said they would call Jimmy and basically say, look, it's either gonna be, you're gonna have to add some coin to this, like, and what they said was, not only are you gonna have to add some coin, but we don't even want to add a new song. We just want the tour back. Like, since it was such a great success, you see that, instead of just keep throwing us these little bones, just go, let's go back to doing the tour, and then you can get whatever song you want. And Jimmy talking about something, I don't know about that. I don't know if we can do that. Oh, okay, well, I mean, if we can't do that, then we can't talk. And again, I don't blame them on this one. I don't blame the ladies this one at all. So now Salt and Pepper's back in Vegas. The soft opening for their residency is the night that they got back to Vegas from the Atlanta show. That's too much. And Salt gonna say, I think we overbooked ourselves. You think? Yeah, you did. You really overbooked yourselves. Something like a residency. I mean, it's months. That's months that go. And I mean, I know that there's no way that they didn't practice or anything at all. But you saw how many problems y'all had before y'all left for those two concert dates. I mean, something as simple as the music cues weren't, people didn't know. And again, I think it was too many hands in the pot. Um, you got a DJ, you got a house DJ, you got this person, you got that person. Ain't the left hand ain't know what the right hand was doing. It looked like it was a beautiful set. It's the I Love the 90s tour, so every night they were gonna bring a different group on stage with them from the 90s. So for their soft opening, they had DJ Rob Bass, because unfortunately Easy Rock has passed. And right, yeah. And the group All for One, I swear. So um total disaster. Opening night was a total disaster. Oh, before I get there, we saw a scene with Lily and her boo, Popeye, you know, and they seem to have a really nice thing going on. And I'm happy for Miss Lily, honey. She love her little boo, okay? Her little young stud muffin. But back to Vegas. They just weren't ready. And everything was everywhere. You know, the music cues didn't go. The good thing was that it was a soft opening. And the purpose of a soft opening is that it's not perfect, is that it's not ready. However, I don't think they anticipated to have as many problems as they had. Again, the music cues, the lights kept going out. They weren't given Pepper would get her cue and then Salt wouldn't get her cue. So at one point, Salt was on stage for an extended period of time while poor Pep was waiting for her cue to go out there. And then um, when it was time to do Push It, they just couldn't find the music. And Salt kept blaming the union guy. Now, look, I'm very pro union. Okay, I'm very pro union. So I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon. I don't think I'm not going to call it a union issue. What I'm going to say is there wasn't enough practice for everybody to know their role because he wasn't the only one that messed up. Let's be clear. The union guy wasn't the only one that messed up. Now, of course, if there's more information that we don't know about, okay. But um it's a good thing that it was a soft opening because they had another week to get the rest of the kinks out. But at the end of the day, and I said that last week, you just overbooked yourselves. Like, it's no way in the world that you guys thought or should have thought that you could plan a tour and do a Vegas residency at the same time. Like, it's just too much. Both things require a lot of attention and a lot of time. And like I said, I feel like their manager sold the idea of this show, and the execs at BET was like, we need something else. We need something else. Like, it sounds like a decent idea for a reality show, but we need to add something else into the mix. And I feel like that's where, you know, the whole ladies' night thing came into play, because realistically, you had to know that you didn't have enough time to do it. But anyway, I'm not going to belabor it because, like I said, the episode didn't really give us a whole lot. So that's pretty much all I got for that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.